The following tribute was written by Colonel John A. Close, U.S. Army retired. Nobody knew his name. His call sign was Music 16. His voice was very deep, clear, and unforgettable. Everyone there knew who Music 16 was, but nobody knew his name. His remains, and those of his co-pilot, First Lieutenant Alan Boffman, came to the United States on 19 July 1990. 19 years, 4 months, and 1 day after being shot down in Laos on the 18th of March 1971. It was during Lamson 719. Music 16 was the leader of an attack helicopter section from D Company, 101st Aviation Battalion. He and his section were assisting in the extraction of the 1st ARVN Infantry Division's 4-1 Battalion after 6 weeks of heavy combat in Laos. The 4-1 Battalion had a strength of 420 when they had been inserted 40 kilometers into Laos by helicopter combat assault. After 6 weeks of continuous contact with North Vietnamese regulars, the battalion had been reduced in strength to 88, 61 of which were wounded. An English-speaking sergeant, whose call sign was Whiskey, was in command and had the only operable radio. They were surrounded in a bomb crater at the base of a 1,500-foot escarpment near the Zepon River. The enemy had loudspeakers and was calling for the unit to surrender. 68 U.S. Air Force airstrikes were used to keep the enemy forces from overrunning 4-1 Battalion's final positions. U.S. Army Cobra gunships fired in direct support of the unit. Often the effects of their fire were on the perimeter of the bomb crater. Music 16 and his section had refueled and rearmed a number of times, returning to the battle and expending their ammunition throughout the afternoon in support of Whiskey and his unit. The last smoke grenade to mark the friendly positions had long since been used. Music 16 knew exactly where the 4-1 survivors were. It was he who volunteered to lead the troop-carrying helicopters into the bomb crater to extract the unit. He said, "Spasm 2-2, the operations officer for the 173rd Aviation Company. "This is Music 16. Follow me and I'll lead you to the friendlies." On final approach to the bomb crater, Music 16's Cobra came under intense enemy ground fire. He aborted the approach and told the other helicopters to fly him around again for another approach. His aircraft was on fire and he had lost his hydraulic controls. He brought his gunship into a slow 360-degree turn back toward the friendly unit. He calmly stated, "My mast is on fire. I've lost my hydraulics. There they are, 12 o'clock, 100 meters. I'm going to try to make it to the river." Smoke and flames could be seen trailing from his gunship as it turned toward the river. His rotor RPM was decaying as the rotors noticeably began to slow down. "I've lost my engine. My transmission's breaking up. Goodbye. Give my love to my wife and family," were Music 16's last words as his helicopter crashed and became a ball of fire. Everyone in the air over the bomb crater knew that they had witnessed an unparalleled act of courage and selfless devotion to duty. One aircrew had given their lives so that 88 other soldiers might live. Everyone there will always remember Music 16, but nobody there that day knew his name. The urgency of a situation involving fellow soldiers on the ground had prevented that. To paraphrase General MacArthur, "I know not of the dignity of their births, but I can attest to the dignity of their deaths." No heroes ever died more courageous deaths. I was proud to be with them on the field of battle that day. I was privileged to be at Travis Air Force Base on 18 July 1990 when Music 16, Captain Keith Brandt, age 31 at death, and his co-pilot, First Lieutenant Alan Boffman, age 24 at death, came home. I was proud to salute their caskets on behalf of their many comrades who served with them that day in Laos. None of us will ever forget them.